Hi everybody, this is CR number 12, helper video number 2, and it says to solve 9x minus 2 times the value 4x plus 5 equals 2x minus 4 minus x minus 12. First thing I'm going to do is I'm not going to rewrite it because there's so much to rewrite, so I'm only going to be focusing on this left side. Remember, the first thing we have to do is get rid of our parentheses. So I'm going to circle the number that's right outside the parentheses, and that is the number I'm going to be distributing to each term inside the parentheses. A negative times a positive is a negative. 2 times 4x is 8x. I am then going to multiply negative 2 times the positive 5. A negative times a positive is a negative. 2 times 5 is 10. The 9x was not a part of the parentheses, so I'm just going to bring that down. And then I'm done with getting rid of the parentheses on the left side. But now I'm going to bring down my equal sign because I have to get rid of the parentheses on the right. It's always much easier to put a 1 here in front of the parentheses if there's no number there at all. I'm then going to circle the number that's right in front of the parentheses, which is a negative 1. I'm going to multiply it by each term inside the parentheses. So a negative times a positive is a negative. 1 times 4 is 4. A negative times a negative is a positive. And remember, there's a 1 in front of this x as well. 1 times 1x is 1x. The 2x was not a part of the parentheses, so I'm just bringing that down. And the same thing with the negative 12. All right, so now all of my parentheses are gone, which is great. But now I need to only focus on the left side once again and combine my like terms. Well, if you notice, I have x's and I have no's. But this is pretty simple, so I think I can figure it out without making a chart, because 9x's minus 8x's is just 1x. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down. And then the negative 10 here, I can't combine with any other term because it's all by itself as a constant. So I'm just bringing that down. Now I'm going to go ahead and simplify the right side. The right side is a little more complicated, so I'm going to go ahead and make a chart. I have x's and I have no's, and if you can do it without the chart, that's fine. It's just a great way to help you organize your work. Under my x's, I have a 2x and I have a positive 1x. It's always easier to put the sign because then I know what operation I'm doing. For my no's, I have a negative 4 and I have a negative 12. 2x's plus 1x is 3x. And a negative 4 minus 12, remember I have 4 negatives here, I have 12 more negatives here, so I have a total of 16 negatives. So that's how the right side is going to be simplified, to 3x minus 16. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and change colors because I want my variables on this side and I want my constants on this side. So the first thing I'm going to do is look at my variables because I like to bring my variables to the left side first. I draw my ladder. I know I have to get rid of these 3x's on the right side. To zero them out, I do the opposite, which is subtracting 3x. Anything I do to one side, I do to the other. These 3x's cancel out. I'm left with negative 2x minus 10 equals negative 16. I am then going to go ahead and look for addition or subtraction with my variable, and I have a subtraction of 10, so I do the opposite, which is an addition of 10. And the reason why I do that is because I want to get x by itself. In order to do that, I need to zero this out. I'm left with negative 2x equals, and negative 16 plus 10, I have more negatives than positives, so the answer is negative. I have 6 more negatives than positives, so that's my answer. I then have to divide both sides by negative 2 in order to get x by itself. This is a fancy form of 1, so I'm left with x equals, and a negative divided by a negative is a positive 3. There's your answer. Good luck.